Hey guys, Adam Short here. This weekend Superbon for Tayfun Ozcan. Uh, Tayfun I hadn't really heard of, but he's got a solid record. He's got going into this 86 wins, 9 losses, 3 draws. He's got good wins over Petchal Banchamek, Andy Sauer, John A. Risco, and Enrico Kell, just to name a few. His last fight before this was against Ali Benizad, which he won by KO in February. Of course, the last time we saw Superbon, this happened.
Oh man, he's got to keep his hands up, his head offline, because Chingiz is feeling it right now. Oh!
So yeah, it looks like Superbon's taking some time away, hopefully to heal and come out a better fighter on the other side. I mean, this guy looks like a pretty solid fighter to me. Comes in with a good record, so let's see. Now, one of the big differences in this fight, it's in a ring, rather than a cage, and that does make a difference. Both of these guys would have spent more time in a ring, but there are certain ways of being able to manipulate your opponent by, either putting yourself against the ropes or the corner, or pushing them into the ropes or the corner. You can kind of direct where they go. And Superbon's looking good. He looks fit. That kicks fast. Of course, Superbon is Borkow's protege. And I spent a lot of time together, so makes sense that he'd have that rocket left kick just like Borkow does. These are the times when I worry about Superbon a little bit. I mean, those counter high kicks are nice, but there were sometimes he kind of gets stuck when someone's unloading like that. But Tayfun is going to be using a lot of energy doing that. I'd assume that the plan would be to try and get Superbon out of there quick. Nice strong low kick here. Sometimes just a nice simple jab and low kick is all you need. Particularly the way that he throws the jab. Let's see what he does with his foot. Okay. Yeah, so he just uses the length of his jab really to set up the power in the low kick. So you can see that was quite a nice long jab. I mean, his shoulder doesn't come all the way through, but it was a long jab. And then really steps into his power there. His foot was flat on the low kick too. Almost. So yeah, you'll find that some guys try and come up on their toes when they throw a low kick, or they'll bend their knee. Superbon just kind of stepped into it with a flat foot. Worked for him. Just see that left kick again, sorry. Kick. Oh, that was nice. So I'll just look at that again. Sorry. So he chooses to parry this teep. I think. Let's see. Usually you'd use your lead hand to kind of parry the teep on the outside. If you're not going to catch it. So you parry it to the outside. That way you get their back, rather than kind of parrying it with your right hand like this would bring him onto you with his guard like quite open. It could land with like a straight right or a left hook or whatever. But he chooses to parry under. He kind of catches it. Let's see. So yeah, so he pulls his hips back and catches it just slightly with his right hand underneath. It brings it into a power left kick. I'll just show you that again at full speed. Man, nice. I mean, it's a strong kick straight across both of his forearms. It's definitely a busier Superbon than we saw against Alazov. Nice high kick. Nice. Oh, Superbon's working back here. I mean, he's not letting Ozcan get the better of him in any of these exchanges. Yeah, Superbon's looking good here. He's looking sharp. Sometimes fighters need a good loss. Sometimes you need to have your heart broken to, fix what was not really what was wrong, but you know, remotivate yourself. And you know, it's one of the hard parts of being a fighter is that you know, you're gonna get hurt, you know, physically and emotionally. But you know, it's when you go through those things and come back that you'll be better. You know, it's a good metaphor for life in a way. So yeah, Superbon just uses this against his thigh. It just shuts down his boxing a little bit, but the way that he lands it with it, I imagine from another angle we'll be able to see his heel bounces off the top of his quad. You know, it's a bit spicy. Nice. See, it's this where Superbon could start to run away with the fight. You know, it's just sort of just there you go, and now it goes left high kick and then kind of shuts back down again. So in those moments that you have to that he needs to be careful. Even though he's a little bit busy, than he was, he still has that sort of time mentality where, you know, 2 or 3 good strong shots are enough. And the way that foreigners are mixing things up a little bit now, you can't get away with it like that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, Tayfun's trying. There's that teep again, you see. So there you go. He uses that kind of like a scoop almost with his right hand, and then uses that to power into that left kick. If you look at Tayfun, he's got like, you know, he's got like red on his arms and his leg. You know, these kicks and stuff will definitely be taking a toll, especially with his boxing. You know, it's really tiring for your arms. You know, using your left kick against someone's right arm, if they're a boxer particularly, it can shut them down pretty well. Especially when you've got the threat of the high kicks with Superbon. So Superbon's escape here was smart. So he was stuck against the ropes here, but he knows as soon as as soon as either a right strike comes or a left strike, he knows that he'll be able to get out of this situation. So just needs to be patient. So this right hand comes, Superbon escapes that way. Something that's a lot more difficult to do in a cage, I feel. The fence doesn't move if you get stuck against there. But then you also don't have a corner to get stuck into either. So, you know, there are pluses and minuses to both. It's that left kick. It's really done a lot of damage. I think, you know, it's definitely put him off throwing some right hands, I'd have thought anyway. But Superbon has looked good in this fight. There's that high kick. He's hunting that. Nice. See, not every shot needs to be super hard. Superbon's movement here, just a little jab, then a hook as he's moving. You know, he's not sat on his shots here. So he's just doing it to get around him, get himself out of it. I mean, maybe he felt like he was near in the corner. But gets himself out, uses that low kick. Whoa! Oh.
Olivier Cost.
Yeah, so that was very Superbon versus Petrosian, wasn't it? Ah, excellent. Trainer Gay's a gangster. Look at him. Ah, good. I tried to show that from a different angle. So when I saw this, I thought Superbon needs to be careful because I mean, what you find that people do is sometimes is they get stuck like this, receiving shots. Where if you find yourself in that position where you are just taking a lot of shots, if you keep your guard up and push back like a shot, push back, you can get away from the shots. Instead of doing that, Superbon sort of, you know, jumps back into the fire with a high kick. Let's see how he does it. Right, yeah. So what you're gonna see is Superbon leaning back. Look at that. Straight across the chin. Wow. What a great shot. I just want to see that again from this angle. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of good boxers. That not that I can think off the top of my head. But they'll kind of displace their head. When someone's coming in, they'll displace their head a little bit with a left hook. Superbon's just so flexible that he can get away with doing it with a kick. But if you look, a lot of the time when Superbon kicks, he stays very upright and just kicks. But, you know, because he's so flexible. But this, I mean, that's nice, the way that he does that. Effective. Okay, see it again from this angle. Boom. Yeah, it's only slightly lean back too. Oh, nice. He kind of moves away from a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of a shuffle of his feet. You know, he didn't panic while he was under fire, which is good to see. I mean, Superbon looked great in that fight. So yeah, I've been a little bit quiet with the videos recently, but you know, if there are any fights that you want to see and want me to cover, maybe get some tips from, even if it's your own fight, just let me know. Put it in the comments and I'll get back to you. But yeah, that was a wicked fight, and I'm glad to see Superbon back, especially looking good like that. All right, guys, I'll speak to you soon.